What's up, guys? We are back again, and I wanted to go ahead and talk more about my previous job history. And again, I'm happy to get this out because there's jobs that I've had that have just been downright just unpleasant to work at. And I'll have, like, let's see, one job I worked at. If you guys have never heard of this place, it's called Texas Roadhouse. Um, Overall, when I got the position, I was supposed to start later than what I was because originally I got hurt with my ankle and I couldn't start immediately, and that really messed me up to where I could not work and I had a hard time walking. And it's fixed now. I mean, I'm able to walk, I'm able to do other things, but either way, I had a very hard time not being able to do the job, so I had to kind of hold off. And they were understandable at the time. I thought it was going to be a great place. I got hired as a server, and they had us try the food, which again, the food's good. And this particular location, I go in, and again, guys, you got to understand, I had a lot of restaurant experience. I knew everything at this point from I learned how to be a server. I know how to damn near do everything except for cook on the line, which I've done, but on paper supposedly I haven't, and as well as bartend and manage. So pretty much bartend and manage is the only thing I don't know how to do. So I was trained very poorly. Again, let me explain something to you guys. I am in my early 20s going to a location where people in their early 20s are either management or they are servers, right? Everybody knows everybody. Man, this is a high school place. There's a lot of teenagers here, and everybody knows everybody. They're all fun and games, shit like that, right? And I'm gonna cuss. I'm warning you now. So I start off as a server, and I got trained very, very poorly. The first one that trained me very, very poorly. Second one that trained me, she was, I'd say she was a good trainer. I mean, overall. One other one that trained me just didn't care. And overall, like I said, very, very horrible trainers. There was ones that it just felt like, hey, you're here, I don't care. And we had a lot of tests to do. We had to know the menu. We had to know everything. And we had to take 2-3 tests, which was ridiculous. And so I passed 2 of them. I had 1 left. I had issues remembering everything because of the time frame that we had to do. I had other things going on, so my mind wasn't right. And instead of them still allowing me to be a server, because I did serving and yet I got tips, I got great feedback, yet they continued to like, oh, we're going to bump you down to busser. And there was other bussers there that there was people I was cool with, but at the same time it was more along the lines of not being welcomed. There was people there that I worked with that I still talk to personally off and on. There's people that I don't talk to personally off and on. A lot of times we'd be busy. I'd be knocking out tables left and right because I was that good of a busser. And there was times where things were brought up to me that I didn't even do. There was things I didn't even do. There was times supposedly I ran into someone when I didn't. There was times I said something and I didn't. And a lot of times that was just a workplace of people being idiots, you know. And mainly what this was people in high school, and that's what it was. I remember the one time I got into a argument with a high schooler. Yeah, a high schooler. And I'm sitting here and I'm like, because this girl supposedly, I ran into her and she was a hostess. And I'm like, I didn't. I know for a fact I didn't. And so, I'm just knocking out tables left and right. You know, I'm getting this table clean. I'm getting that table clean. I'm just, you know, I'm all over the place. And so I take care of it. And then another buster comes up to me and says, hey, you need to stop running into the hostess. I'm like, I looked at him and I said, dude, what are you talking about? And he goes, oh, well, she was telling me that you ran into her a few times. She doesn't appreciate it. You need to apologize. And I looked at him and I said, dude, are you kidding me? I was like, I didn't even run into anybody. He goes, well, she's saying you did. And I looked at him and I said, and yet you believe her? And he says, well, I don't have no reason not to. And I looked at him and I said, yeah, you do. I said, because she's a liar. And so, and I was saying, I was saying something to a buddy of mine that was a server, and she heard it. She got up in my face, and she's going off on me. And I looked at her and I said, okay, hold up. I said, first off, you need to shut up. And I said, and second of all, I didn't run into you. I said, because if I did, I would apologize. I said, because that's what an adult does. I said, and three, you have no right to speak to me that way. I said, last I checked, I said, I'm older than you. I said, two, you're acting like you're entitled. And three, I said, I know that car you drive out there, mommy and daddy bought. I said, so why are you even here? Why are you even working? And I just kept going on and on and on, saying all these things. And this girl was like, she didn't have nothing to say. She's like, oh, well, I got nothing to say, and just walks off. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, yeah, because I got you dead at rights. I got you to shut up, because that's the problem. When people get told the truth, and when they get told things, they don't know what to say. They don't know how to act. They don't know when to shut the hell up. They just know, oh, well, I wasn't expecting this person to say this and that, because they thought, oh, older guy, well, not older guy, but a little older guy, quiet, don't say a lot, does his job, is going to say, this and that, right? No. Anybody that knows me, I will definitely open up my mouth, because you're not going to accuse me of something I didn't do. You're not going to speak to me a certain way, especially when I didn't do something wrong. You're not going to do that. I'm not going to put up with it. If you put up with it, that's you. That's not me. So overall, it just got worse and worse and worse. There was servers. It was crappy pay. It was bad hours. It was a teeny bopper location. And when I say a teeny bopper location, it was basically just teenagers that needed a job during high school or after high school. And that's really all it was. And there was a good amount of people that just thought they were better than I am, because I didn't have a car at the time, and I walked from there to where I was living at the time, which was not the best thing, which I'm probably going to be doing another video on about that. And then other things that I've had to deal with in my life at the time. But overall, the job is good for certain people, but it wasn't good for me. So I remember I had another job lined up, which I thought that was a lot better, and it was for the most part. And when I got initially hired, that I was supposed to be starting in a week and a half, I worked a whole nother week, and then the last few days that I had left, I went ahead and I spoke to, and literally I remember this night. I remember I worked the last night, and I went in and I spoke to one of the management, and I told him, hey, this is going to be my last night. And he just kind of looked at me, and he goes, well, wow, what's going on? Where are you going? And I told him. He said, well, hey, man, you got to go where the money is, and, all this and that. And I'm sitting here, and I'm like, hey, appreciate it, but, hopefully, y'all do better. Because I looked at him, and I said, look, man, you're going to need better help. And he just kind of looked at me. He said, well, what do you mean? And I looked at him, and I was like, okay. I said, no disrespect. I said, but you need to get actual workers in here. I said, that know what they're doing. I said, because you got people here, I said, that are older than us, or even around the same age as us. And I said, we're working 10 times harder, I said, than these teenagers. I said, this is the reason why people are leaving. So that's pretty much my whole story of Texas Roadhouse. Again, have I been there since? No, I have not. I've had their food off and on, which is not a bad thing. Where I'm at now, they still serve it. Serve Texas Roadhouse over here where I'm at now. But will I ever eat there again? I don't know. I highly recommend the location I was at, which is in Bossier City, Louisiana. You do not go eat there, because you'll probably get very bad service, bad experience, and the food got very lazy. I mean, it got very just downright, you didn't want to be there. But overall, guys, that's my story for the time I worked at Texas Roadhouse. But let me know what you guys think about it down in the comments down below. Hope you guys are enjoying a good day, and overall, hope you guys are enjoying the stories, and I'll see you on the next one.